I just realized I found a really fitting song to the atmosphere. Hopefully I can find it and hopefully it will play. I really hope that actually did play, and like I hoped it played, because not sure if my headset was good at that moment. An elegant table set was set over at the desk, and a fabulous dinner had been colored the table down in a dining hall once again laid out. Kendall continued his meal in silence. Shannon, taking away an empty plate, looked uncomfortably between the door being beaten on in Kendall's face.
Everyone is calling for you, bud. But what should I do?
Leave it. God and I value silent during dinner. Should I silence them? There's no need. It does not even reach my ears. Kenzo coolly tasted his food. Gingy quietly lowered his head and took a single step back. As he did, Cannon, who stood in reference like a shadow behind him, and to the side of Gingy opened his mouth. Since Maria received the letter from Beatrice, I wonder where they want to test it. Thursday and Shinty. Ha ha ha, those foods, they start already. Come, Beatrice. There's nothing lacking in the coin that have been wagered. Shall we enjoy this night to the fullest? I don't feel like losing. Your smile is mine for all eternity. Wait. So, you're gonna have fun while your family dies? What a dick. If I could see it one more time, I wouldn't forget losing my wealth, my honor, even my life. Well then, the ritual has begun to spin. We'll probably show the ball fall into Noel, Rude, or house takes everything. Come, you may begin, Beatrice. Oh my god, is he going on again? Jesus, dude, shut up. I'll show you the power of miracles once more. Transition. Thank you, because, I mean, I don't like Kenzo, he's an okay dude, but I hate when he rants. I'm like, really? You don't need to go on and on. We get it. You want to fuck this chick. Got a boner over her and he can't get over it. Like everything in history. I think. At least in Notre Dame. Or Notre Dame? No, Notre Dame, you know, the movie. The strange was that the witch had entrusted Maria with had wiped all memories of dinner from our minds. Maria was repeatedly bothered with questions by Rose and the other parents, and became increasingly ill-tempered when they refused to believe her. If I tried to raise my voice in this kind of situation, I would just be ignored. Our parents were all stirred up, firing back and forth about the distribution of the assets, and completely forgetting that we children were even there. Even though I've already figured out that they've been talking like this in the shadows, I hadn't thought that they would be so blunt. It gave us all children a considerate shock. From what we would overhear, all the parents would want more money as soon as possible. Back and forth about grandfather's inheritance. Back and forth about distribution of the gold if it was found. About advance payments in cash. It was so despicable, I couldn't bear the watch, even though one of them was my father. It was like Jessica felt the same way. There's no one particularly needed us. We left our seats and went to hang out somewhere apart from the parents.
I say, now I really understand my grandfather didn't want to show his face during meals. I'm so disillusioned with our parents now. The money, the inheritance, how could they act like that right in the open?
Well, I'm already disillusioned with that old bastard. There's no way I could think any worse of him.
That's exactly the same as me. However, that frickin' shocked me. Shocked me to the bottom of my heart.
She had to look down the floor, irritated. She was already talking bad about how her parents were, but maybe she didn't really felt that way deep inside. I could realize that from the depths of Jessica's shock. You were all minors and were brought up by your parents, so you might not understand. Begging money is neither a simple nor a pretty thing. Since you are minors now, I won't try to force you to understand. But still, I want you to realize that their parents are doing their best in their own way. Oh, great. George gotten all mature.
I know that George become a full-fledged member of society and is working hard. Does that mean that once you start talking about money now, it's turn into a shameless, greedy vulture?
If you're talking about me, no, I wouldn't do that. However, when you and your family and your employees, your subordinates and their families are all counting on you, there's some time where you must fight.
I hate that kind of fight. That back and forth about grandfather's inheritance, it makes me want to puke.
Jessica pretended to spit violently. And Harvard's reaction made the depths of her pain very clear. Let's just stop talking about this. All this is our grandfather's thing gold about property inheritance is our parents' problem, not ours. I agree. At the very least, I think they'll be very considerate in saying now that a parent's way when they're talking is the duty of their children.
Yeah. Sounds pretty boring.
Everyone knows the phrase "adults are filthy." I've never heard that phrase. Is that an '80s catchphrase? Yo, dude, adults are filthy. Totally. Is that the? Where were surfer dudes? What time period were surfer dudes in the '90s? I don't. No, I was a 2000s kid. You know, we had our 9/11 too soon. Yeah. We're announcing that for ourselves when we really did give us a shock. George was pretty much an adult, and I had already been disillusioned with my dad in the first place, so the shock wasn't that big for us. But it looked like it was different for Jessica. It looked like the shock Jessica received was even bigger than I thought. This girl, she's always talking badly about her parents, but it looked like she hadn't changed at all on the inside since long ago. Even though she's still a pure-hearted and delicate person who couldn't doubt others. I'm sure she respected her parents as much as everyone else did. And then her parents started raving about going on money, inheritance, money, my money. Right in front of all the other parents and the children, with no surprise at the shock of hearing that was so big.
Jessica, please don't start hating your mother and father. I want you to understand, but at least don't hate them. Just leave a brother be. I get it, leave me alone for a bit.
6 years ago, I would have further taunted the dejected Jessica. I guess I really have grown over 6 years. I know that it would be better to leave Jessica as she was right now. Jessica suddenly looked away sulkingly and left the parlor. She probably wouldn't be left alone for now. I could nothing but wordlessly watch her back as she left.
Come think of it, I wonder where Maria went.
She's probably around the portrait hiding in a corner. Maria, who truly looked up to witches, had expected that coming in direct contact with Beatrice and receiving the letters proof would be an event that would surprise everyone and make them happy. However, the adults doubted hey, they used the same word again. Authenticity. I'm going to say doubted its realness. They doubted its realness, and without swallowing Maria's story, had surfily bombarded her with questions. It was hard for me to imagine how much that hurt Maria. I couldn't speak to Maria or Jessica. In the end, George and I just abandoned ourselves to the sound of the falling rain, the dark night.
I wonder what's happening with that typhoon. Maybe there's some news.
George started walking over to the corner of the parlor where the television was. He hadn't called me over, and I really couldn't care less what where the typhoon was on scene now. So without going over to television, I loitered around the window. Okay, I actually am coming up with a new voice for Kyrie, cause like her voice same as the old woman.
The wind hasn't picked up that much here, but I wonder if it's horrible over the sea. I did hear from the weather report that there was a severe storm warning.
Ah, Kyrie, how the adult conversation been piling up? It looked like she caught the sarcasm. Oh, how the adult conversation been pulling up?
The storm-make of a discussion could continue all night. It will get nasty.
Well then, please enjoy playing Vulture to Grandfather's Property as much as you like. It's disgusting.
I'd agree with you on that. If I could just slip away like you, I would do it. Unfortunately, I can't, even if I'm not allowed to speak. My partner needs me, right?
Kyrie took a deep breath, smiling bitterly. That's right. They probably won't let Kyrie, who married into the family, speak. Still, with Dad's partner, she had no choice but to stay by his side and support him. She must have to bear the full brunt of this mental pressure much more than I did. I wasn't going to apologize, but realizing that I had spoken too harshly, I cut the sarcasm for the time being. So how does it look? Are they still stuck on top of the mysterious witch Beatrice?
More or less. Those four assuming they're always bagging up secret agreements when they come together to discuss distributing his grandfather inheritance after his death.
I think someone texted me. I must check it. Oh my gosh, who texted me? I bet. Oh wait, was it you, Waffles? You be texting me? I got messages. Who is it? Yep, I'm not saying hey to you. Don't cry.
They're saying that some unknown fifth person has appeared and it's trying to make things more complicated, and there's no way that will make for a peaceful conversation. Just when you think they're snarling at each other, they'll set up a comment for front. Not the only one getting headaches. On the other end, they all want a larger portion of the other sibling, so they are all rivals. But on the other end, they don't want one yin to be snatched up by anyone other than the sibling, so they also are allies. I haven't been told the detail, but they arguing about their ceasefire agreement and those to prevent anyone from getting ahead, or with their portion not protected, and which can, in the worst case scenario, even become ground for legal action. would go this far to possess their shares with more than shocking.
So basically, Beatrice is like an assassin to my grandfather. He probably want to scare the hell out of his children for just talking about a distribution of inheritance without him. Hee hee.
Oh, it is Beatrice, I wonder. If she is who she says she is, then she's a mystery that no one knew about until today, and she also knows about the existence of my grandfather's hidden gold. Furthermore, she was even more entrusted with the head ring. She must surely have been trusted by him.
Well, obviously I don't think she's a witch riding around on a broom, but she was surely a mysterious person who rated being called a witch.
If only Maria would go into more detail about that. Even though she's just a little girl, everyone's just been chewing her over this. They really scared her, and something that might have asked now can't be asked. I wonder if these people have ever read The North Wind and Sun.
What is for certain is that Maria received the letter from the person who took the name Beatrice, and charged Maria with the letter and hiding away even now, when she could have just appeared and talked to us directly. She sure is shy for a mysterious person. No one laughs at my jokes.
Hey, Battler, do you think that someone called Beatrice actually exists?
Who knows? Doesn't really seem like a false name. Like she's grandfather's representatives, so she was permitted to take the name of the witch from his delusions?
No, that's not what I meant.
What do you mean, mysterious? What's with the music?
Right now, there's a total of 18 people here at Okajima. Do you think that there's a 19th person?
Are there really 18 people? Are there really 18 people on this island? Wait about that. I've been counting on my fingers, and it really did come out to 18 people. Wait, let me see. I want to see if he actually is right. No, characters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Hey, there is 18. And there's Battler. Some ratchet, wow. Do I think that 19 person exists, you say? What exactly do you mean?
Just what I said. It looks like the person with Maria that umbrella was not one of the 18. Therefore, isn't it fair to think that a 19 person exists and that was the person who can Maria the umbrella?
Well, that does make sense.
Then, what exactly did this person now? At the very least, she must have been on this island when it started raining. And since that time, the weather had been pretty as we were, so taking a boat that would be pretty much impossible. In that case, that person is still on the island hiding in the rain somewhere. From the rain, and without being spotted by any of us?
Certainly all of us have been randomly prowling around all the mansions and the guest hall, but no one has bumped to a 19 person. Even so, this island is huge. There might be other places to hide from the rain outside the mansion and the guest house. About this time, I began to realize that Kyrie's direction doubts were taking in. Kyrie was denying that 19 person exists. Beatrice was one of us 18. In other words, she thought that someone we knew well was tricking us.
If Beatrice was really her name, this person would definitely be the most honored of guests, most honored of confidence, trusted by grandfather. There's no way that grandfather wouldn't give that kind of person a word of reception. She was sure there, have been ushered.
Hey, like Usher, you know, the singer.
Into the mansion, where we haven't seen anyone.
Wait a second, is this line of reasoning a little too hasty? Yes, no one spotted them, but that doesn't mean that you can't deny the possibility that 19 person exists, right? Maybe, for some reason, they landed on the island stealthily and they have been hiding ever since. It's what they call the devil's proof. It's the proof that something exists. If this Beatrice appears in front of us all and says hi, then everything is resolved. However, it's impossible to prove that there's no 19th person.
Yes, Batgirl, your way of reasoning isn't bad. In the current situation, there's not enough information to either accept that a 19th person is or deny it.
Yeah, this is. I really love how it goes into like an Ace Attorney mode, because it's like all mystery. I don't want to say the second part because it's
spoilers. But if you turn the chessboard around and think of it that way, we can never be sure that the existence of a 19 person is impossible.
Turn the chessboard one of Kyrie's favorite phrases. I'd also been influenced by the word and use it myself from time to time. What is like Mia and Phoenix think outside the box, you know, it's kind of a like turn the chessboard over, you know, you never hear of that because no one plays chess. Actually, I no, I don't. When you got stuck trying to move a chess or shogi, by turning the board over and looking at everything from your opponent's standpoint, you can often see a strategy that would give you the upper hand. It meant turning things around, putting yourself in your opponent's shoes.
You see, is it the 19th person called Beatrice?
No, I would say
Beatrice actually exists. That person must have managed up being seen by anyone to delegate arrive on this island and remain hidden since then. Maybe they had some reason. Okay, in that case, why'd they go for a trophy for Marie and any other letter?
There really was a contradiction. Hey, they even said contradiction. Look at it, like in Phoenix, right? If they had some reason for hiding themselves, then they should just have stayed hidden the whole time. But even so, they have appeared openly for Maria. Then wait, Maria even said it. Didn't she say she'd been made a messenger? Maria was the youngest and looked the most innocent.
Why would they need a messenger? If they just wanted the letter to give it to the family comfort, they would have mailed it. If they mailed to one of the four siblings, they would be unable to ignore it. There was no need for them to carry it themselves and secretly hand it over.
That really does sound pretty weird.
In the first place, Beatrice exists, and she wanted to make her presence known to everyone, and she would have just opened herself to all of us. Been like, walk up to the crowd, like, what up, I got a big cock. Despite that, she chose the fake method of appearing through a little chat called Maria.
Holy crap, that voice really hurts my throat so much.
Contradiction!
She should have been a lawyer. Maybe she is a lawyer. They ever... Wait, let me read her description. She's already worked... Well, what is she? If they say she's like a defense attorney or something, I'd be like, this is so fucking cool.
Contradiction! Let's go a little deeper, shall we? She appeared in front of Maria, trying to give her the impression that 90 burden exists, and yet she still hasn't appeared before us and is still hiding somewhere at this very moment. These are contradictions.
Does she have an objection pose, like Battler? Because I would, like, jizz if she did.
By keeping these in mind, you could...
I really like Kyrie. Like, I mean, she didn't do much in the anime, but oh my gosh, in the scene, oh man, you have a MILF, Battler.
In short, there is some scheme by someone who wants to give the impression that there is a 90 person called Beatrice.
If this person wanted to hide, then they would have made they wouldn't have made their presence known. If they wanted to show themselves, they wouldn't have used the roundabout approach by entrusting someone with a letter, which means
it's simple. Beatrice is one of the 18 people, which means that they went to create the illusion that there is someone outside the 18 people. 19 person would reveal so spectacularly. The only person who could profit from this would not be the 19 person in hiding. It would be one of the original 18 people.
Well, it's not Battler. Well, yeah, it's not Battler. It's not George, Jessica, we can rule them out. So it might be the servants. Yeah, who knows? Maybe it was Dr. Nanjo.
Of course, there is reasoning which full of holes. If you turn over even a few of the premises, it will simply fall apart. But I think it is almost certainly correct.
It's quickly started to sound pretty creepy. Someone went reading the umbrella and handed the letter. It could have been one of the 18. And yet Beatrice was hidden among 18. Those 18. What was that person playing behind their true form trained to be Beatrice?
I suspect that it might have been Maria playing, but the content of the message was extremely complicated. It's hard to think that Maria prepared it herself. However, I can't deny the possibility that Maria was working together with someone.
Wait a second, Maria's a 9-year-old kid, right? What could she possibly be playing it with who? What about her serious, too honest and obedient character?
Yes, I also understand what kind of person Maria is, but I think that's exactly why it's possible.
I just realized that I could have made this, like, got all my friends to do this voice acting. It probably would have been better, but, I wanted to do it by be my own thing, because I don't, okay, sorry for this little tangent, but one of my friends seen Umineko, she didn't really like it. Waffles, yeah, you saw an episode, you thought it was whatever. I think my other friends, like, saw a little of it, so yeah. Other than that, like, I knew I wouldn't actually seen all Umineko. Well, besides my other friend. Fucking loved it, though. But yeah, Vision is way better.
That girl's a dreamer who can't help but look up to and implying accept the existence of witches. So if a person appeared in front of her and she was the witch Beatrice, Maria would be so happy that she would just swallow it up, I think.
So you're saying that if someone disguised themselves wearing that fancy dress from the porch, the chicken Maria wouldn't be that hard?
Of course, with that reasoning, the woman would become the primary suspect. Anyway, did Maria encounter someone? When the answer to that question be the best key to solving this riddle. But this key is being obstinately curled up inside her heart. Every night it gives another witch without listening to her. In better age, there's too much which question about who Beatrice actually was. Maria probably won't open her heart to the adults now.
Transition. In a dim hall in front of the porch is Beatrice. Maria was sobbing.
Ooh! Ooh! No one believes Maria met with Beatrice! Ooh! Ooh! Even though I showed them the letter Beatrice gave, they still don't believe! Ooh! 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 Hick! Hick!
Someone needs to hug her. I'll do it. I'll hug the little log girl. I'll do it.
Anyway, Maria's holding the key to whether Beatrice is one of the 18 people or the 19th person.
Maria's stubborn, right? That girl, when she gets angry, it's pretty hard to make her feel better.
Backward, I think that a kid like you will be better chewing her up than an adult like me. Every tween better try asking. I know you don't care at all about this back and forth distribution of the inheritance, but don't think this Western Mansion mystery situation exciting. Who in the world is this person who gave Maria the letter? It makes her intellectual curiosity ache.
You know, to connect to that boring money problem, pretty exciting, a really tough problem. Looked at me pretty horrible. I shrugged, surprised, but she had noticed it. She had noticed the dejection I had left because I had overheard our parents' turbulent discussion and probably trying to turn my mood around. She had at least managed to make me feel good enough to hurl abuse. She wasn't my real mother, so I never felt like calling her mom. But it did make me think she's a real adult. Hey, brat. So this is where you were? Kyrie, you really took your time fixing your makeup, didn't you? From now on, I'll start wearing it too.
I am sorry. A woman's makeup takes a long time. So, how is this discussion without me?
I'm sure everything was all peaceful and harmonious. Kyrie poked the weak spot on my arm with her elbow. We decided to take a break to cool our heads a little. It looks like it'll last all night. Makes me want to cry. Like a seagull, but I'm not a seagull. So it'll be called When Rudolph Cries. His way of talking had changed, but he couldn't completely hide his attitude. I couldn't say I was sympathetic, but he looked pitiful compared to his normal, energetic self. Still, that rain's just awful. I really don't want to go back to that guest house. It looks like Natsushi made preparations for us to spend the night in the mansion. What do we do?
We don't need to think of it until you are done, right? If you run out of energy to head back to our room, then we can have sex here.
That's right. We can think about it later. What about you, Battler? If I stayed, I'd just get in the way. I'll be nice and go back over there. Is that so? Will you go back soon? I don't know. It'd be lonely to head back by myself. I'll gather all the kids and we'll head out. Alright, that'd be good. So, Battler, you won't be going to sleep that easily, right? Yeah, I'll probably be up talking with the cousins. Sounds like we'll be up all night, doesn't it? We'll have to do something about that. Really? If when the oh my gosh, it's on my throat today, come on. If when the adult discussion is over, you are still awake, I want you to make a little talk as a family. A what? Doesn't sound like you. Apparently Kyrie was thinking the same thing. What are you talking about? She asked in her solemn voice. And yeah, it looked like Kyrie didn't have a clue what Dad was talking about either. I also want to talk to Kyrie about it. I'll tell you later, so don't ask now. Please. I don't think there's anyone who ignores their family. I don't think there's anyone who ignores their family as much as this old bastard. And this was the guy that was asking us to talk as a family. With Kyrie and I couldn't help but get wide-eyed. Don't make that scared-looking face. I'm the one that should be scared. Anyway. At this point, he swallowed his word for an instant. Even though putting on the airs of importance wasn't much like my dad. You're freaking me out, Dad. Everyone in the family's gathered here now, right? Don't make a big deal out of it and spit it. Don't make a big deal out of it and spit it out. Tonight, I will probably be killed. Wait, what? There's a huge crash of thunder. Wait, what? Holy shit. It's been really close. The expression, bright illuminated by the light, was burned into my eyes. Dad's face, which already looked so much of itself, and which always wore a taunting expression, was something that I couldn't explain, strangely frail. He was so worn out by it, he looked like a different person. What? What are you talking about? It doesn't sound like you.
I agree. What happened? You look so timid all of a sudden. It's not like you.
I'm going to fix my makeup. Don't follow me. Dad turned away weakly. After that, only Kyrie and I were left, still wide-eyed. What did he say? Tonight he'll be killed? I don't think that mysterious letter scared him. Hasn't he been watching too many murdered Captain Crunchman movies? What are you, Chihiro? Kyrie didn't answer my lighthearted words, and he just stared at my dad disappearing back.
Batgirl, when you told her not to say something, he left without telling us anything, even though he said he had something to say to everyone. He didn't answer you. Why? Turn the chessboard over, and then you do.
But the conjuring night said he wanted to talk, but he then couldn't. What? Can you see something anytime by looking from Dad's perspective?
Yes, I can see everything. He wants to talk about something. However, he doesn't have the courage to bring it up. So he actually meant, in that case, chase after me and talk to me and ask me about it yourself. By saying, don't follow me, he actually means...
What is he, a girl?
He actually means, follow me and force me to answer. Seriously, what a spoiled brat.
What? Can you really reason it like that? That's ridiculous.
Can't great detective deduce the emotions and feelings between men and...
She is a detective?
They can't, right? Figuring out the feelings of the opposite sex even more advanced. Art than exposing the tricks and difficult crime scenes. If you ask me, romance novels have much deeper mystery than masterpiece mystery novels.
I see. Is that how it is?
I stand alongside that spoiled brat. He normally loves to put off, but tonight he's completely tired out by that heated discussion. He probably wants someone to lean on at a moment, and responding to that need is the duty of his partner.
Yeah. Sounds passionate. Leave that old bastard in your hands.
Yes, leave it to me.
I called out the Kyrie departing back.
Oh, what?
I wanted to say thanks. Thanks to you, my gloomy mood has been cleared up a lot.
That's good. Communication is important.
After answering with a wink, Kyrie followed after Dad. Wait, is it gonna go to that scene? Okay, so this seems like a good way to end an episode. Yeah, Rudolph thinks he's good. Rudolph, with your nose so bright, why do you think you'll die tonight?